Welcome to Sports JaM.
Everybody get up, it's time for sports now. We got a real show going down. Welcome to the Sports JaM.
It's your chance, talk and rant.
It's the Sports JaM.
All right. Hey man, you can't get any better than that.
All right, welcome to the Sports JaM here on AM 1230 WJOB. I am Mike Zajac. Behind me is Joe O'Rourke. To my right is Sam Sapita.
Samuel.
Step boy.
What's up?
All right, the Hawks won 3-1.
Yeah, Sam, you pumped? You pumped the Hawks
I
one?
mean, I watched the last 2 minutes, so
Proud of
it was
you.
pretty good 2
I
minutes.
am proud of you. So they won 3-1. Guess who predicted that he'd score 2 goals, and guess who scored 2 goals?
Okay, not Mike, and
Wow.
yeah,
He's got 2 thumbs in his
Patrick Kane, and it was
Right
you.
here.
Congratulations.
Yeah, called it. 2 goals, called it. I also called the empty netter, but I did not think Bolin would get it. But it's all right. So they won 3-1. Tays had 2 assists. That Bickle Tays Kane line really producing.
Solid. I noticed Patrick Kane, he gets to the net when he's on that line. We were talking
Yeah.
before the show. He's by the corner.
He used to be.
He's away from the net, yeah, when he's on the, I believe, Sharp and
Yeah, when he was on the other
Lonzo's
line,
line.
he was always in the corners,
Right.
trying to facilitate the puck around to the
Yeah.
front. Now, I think he just has more confidence in his line, where he just sits at the net and waits for a
he
shot.
waits for that bouncing puck to come right at him. And
How many of his goals have been just the little garbage goals or little tip-ins or rebounds? I mean, he's always there for him.
Yeah,
His
2
hands
of
are
them.
so quick, he just flips them right
both
in.
both goals last game were like that.
Yeah, they were both where he was right there. He got the rebound, slammed it home.
Yeah,
The Hawks had more shots, more takeaways, and more faceoffs won than Boston. However, Boston out-hit the Hawks 53-22.
see, I thought the physicality of the Boston Bruins this series was going to really make a difference, and obviously last game that did not make it.
I think the Hawks dominated more in the last game than any other game.
yeah.
I really think it's the only game that they've really dominated, and of course they got out-hit 53-22. I think because they finally last game decided they're not going to try and play up and be like Boston and try and hit all the time.
All right,
And they're just going to play their speed game, and that's what they did.
their speed game is really killing. I remember Patrick Sharp took the puck up with his speed. He just got right past Patrice Bergeron. I think it was the first period. I mean, he got to the net, made a scoring chance out of it.
Yeah, I think that's what they need to do. Just forget the hits. Let Boston out-hit them 2-1.
Right.
It doesn't matter because they have so much speed they can get around and score. And they can skate around guys like Chara, who's been on the ice for 8 of the last 9 Hawks goals.
Wow.
Yeah, can you believe that? The guy who they were all talking about fearing and
that's-
laying some hits. I mean, he is getting his hits in
That's one of, if not the best defender in the game.
on their team at least.
Yeah.
And they just skate right around him, and they got 8 of the last 9 off him.
Bickle has done a great job against him. You know, just getting in his face.
And Shaw,
messing-
too.
Yeah, Shaw has been there too. They're just messing him up. He's not comfortable around those guys, and they're just beating him up.
Corey Crawford saved 24 of 29 shots his way. The Hawks had 0 penalties, which is huge. It's always nice when you can not go down a man, obviously.
Right.
Unless you're the other team and you're playing against the Hawks. They
Yeah.
would love to be
Oh, yeah.
shorthanded. But Nik Wallenda, we talked about last time. Last time he only had like 2 minutes and 34 seconds of ice time. This time he still only got 6 minutes and 53 seconds. Still way down from his usual like 20, 22 minutes.
I think it's not Nik Wallenda himself. I think it's everybody looks at the negative toward this story, and I look at the positive. Like, where's everybody else is playing? Roosevelt has stepped up this game. Oduya stepped up this game. Those guys are bringing in more minutes than Wallenda. That's why I think.
Roosevelt has seen his minutes go up a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Since Letty's been downgraded. So yeah, the Hawks won, and hopefully they'll take it home tonight. If not, we got Wednesday.
Hopefully.
All they got to do is win one of the next 2. So let's talk about Nik Wallenda and his Skywire walk. Did either one of you guys catch any of that
I
yesterday?
did not.
Saw a little bit on Good Morning America today.
Sam watching his GMA every day.
Wow.
Got to get it in.
He gets up early for that.
Yeah, for sure.
I woke up like an hour ago. So he walked across a 2-inch thick wire cable, 1,400 feet stretched across a canyon, 1,500 feet above the canyon floor. He did it in just under 23 minutes, and he did it with a 43-pound balancing beam that he has strapped around his shoulder to help spread out his center of gravity. And he did it this time without any harnesses, without any nets below, which when he did the Niagara one last year, he did have a harness.
Right.
And, you know, his great-grandfather died in 1978 in Puerto Rico doing it without a harness.
Really?
When he was he was walking across 2 buildings, I think it was 10 stories up or something. And there's actually video of it on YouTube. It's kind of weird to watch. But yeah, his grandfather he tried going low to stabilize himself, and he just flipped right off the edge. And he's had at least 2 other family members die, or at least 2 other members of the Wallenda family Skywalk people
Right.
die. I don't know if they're actually family members, but they worked for them.
Right.
So yeah, and he did it without a harness.
I found this interesting. They said it was the Grand Canyon. It was not the Grand Canyon. It took place over Little Colorado Gorge in the Little Colorado River Navajo Tribal Park, land of Navajo Nation, located near Cameron, Arizona. The reason why they did not go over the Grand Canyon is because he could not get permission from the U.S. government.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Grand Canyon must be state park.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's got to be a national
Right.
national park. I
Yeah.
mean. So that's got to be the reason why. Apparently Niagara Falls isn't, or maybe where he did it was in the Canadian part, and they just
Well, he crossed from the U.S.
They don't
over
give
to
an A
Canada.
over there?
I guess not.
Apparently with all
Hey,
those littles,
that was
I
good.
mean,
That was good.
it's got to be pretty easy. It has all those littles in the name. I mean,
What's that? Say that
Turn
again?
his mic
Little
off.
Rock, Little.
Yeah.
I mean,
Are you saying it was easy?
probably was. I mean, it had all those littles in it. Sounds pretty easy.
wow.
I mean,
So you think you could go and do that?
Sam, he did it without a harness.
who needs harnesses? I mean, it's just
People who value their lives, but
child's play.
he he did it without a harness, and maybe it's a little sadistic of me, but I think when he did the Niagara thing last year with the harness, as soon as I saw he had the harness on, I said, forget it, and I changed the channel.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't care. If he had a harness, I mean,
But last night,
without the harness, oh my gosh,
You
I was
stepped it
so
up,
nervous.
for
My
sure.
buddy
Oh,
came
yeah.
over, and we were sitting there watching it. We were both just hands to our face the whole time, like, oh my god, he could fall at any
Right.
moment.
How do you do that's incredible to do that.
Yeah.
If you think about it, it's unbelievable.
Oh yeah, definitely. I
It's
don't
an
think anyone's
athletic
questioning it besides you, apparently, with the little
Obviously
your little
sarcastic.
comments.
Just didn't pick it.
Yeah, but no, I think without the harness, it makes it way more interesting. It's like if a lion tamer, you watch it because he's taming a lion who could just eat through the chair and knock his whip to the side. It's not interesting if you put the lion in a cage and you stand from the outside and just whip him.
right? I mean,
The whole point is the danger, the thrill, the possibility of tragedy. That's
and that's why people watch it.
So this is an extreme circus, basically.
yeah.
Sure.
I mean, it is a
It
circus
really
act.
is.
His family's been doing it for 200 years
Yeah.
in circuses.
The new
I read
Evil
something
Knievel,
about
really.
7
Barnum and
generations.
Bailey. Yeah, Barnum and Bailey recruited his great grandfather or something.
Mhm.
But yeah, it is circus stuff. All right, so we're gonna take a break. Oh, one more thing I want to mention. Nik Wallenda said Jesus, Lord, and God 121 times when he was walking across in his 22 minutes.
I think I'd be saying the same stuff as he was. If I was walking over that too.
121 times. He said Discovery Channel only one time. Who's paying the bills, Nick? That's all I gotta say.
I'd be
The whole
saying, give
time,
me a safety
the whole
net.
time he should have been saying Discovery Channel, brought to you by.
Now that was live,
It was live.
so if he would have cursed and
Well, I'm sure it was a
there's
7-second
fight,
delay
yeah,
or
5,
whatever.
7 seconds.
So I'm
yeah.
sure if he fell, they would have cut. And I was saying with my buddy, like, all right, if they cut it away, like if he falls, and they have the delay on, what do they cut to? Like
Commercial?
a graphic that says like maintenance right now or something, like a
Yeah.
little cartoon guy like falling off a wire. Like what do they cut to there?
Guessing they cut to a commercial.
Just straight to commercial.
Yeah.
And we'll be back.
And we'll be back with Naked and Afraid, the new show about the naked survivalists, which was weird. But anyway, we're going to take a break real quick. We'll come back with some headlines with Sam, the stat boy. It's talk a little Cubs Sox and their quest for the worst team, and Hawks preview all coming up on the Sports Jam.
Includes daily specials, fresh seafood, and hand-cut meats. Daily soups are made from scratch, and it's open from 6 a.m. all the way till midnight. Catering is also available, so call Danny or Bobby at 219-836-4009, the Commander Restaurant, Ridge and Calumet in Munster.
Everything Italian. That's what you get at Giuseppe's Restaurant in Cherville. Let's hear from Giuseppe himself.
We have a new concept in dining. It's called fast casual. Basically what it is an upper scale atmosphere, the ambiance. Upper scale food pricing is a little bit less than like a fine dining. How it works is you come in, you sit down, you look at the menu. Once you decide what you want, you go up to the front, the counter, you place your order. We bring you out all your drinks. We bring you out the food, all on fine china and silverware and glass, obviously. This is fine dining quality without the price.
Giuseppe's Everything Italian is located at 1000 Eagle Ridge Drive in Cherville, just north of the Showplace Theaters. Dine-in, carry-out, and delivery. 219-322-0011 or visit Giuseppe'sPizza.net.
Giuseppe's is now serving wine.
Attention outdoor enthusiasts, Holiday Boat Sales in Linwood is having a huge spring fever sale. Get into a new boat for as low as $109 per month. And if you buy during the month of May, interest is as low as 2.99% APR for well-qualified buyers. Or buy a boat cover for only $1 with any new boat package when you mention WJOB. Mercury Oil is buy one at regular price, get one half off when you mention WJOB. Visit Holiday Boat Sales at 21740 Lincoln Highway in Linwood and get the boat you always wanted. Call 708-758-0405. Holiday Boats.
All right, welcome back to the Sports Jam. We are going to Sam with headlines.
Well, the headlines for today, Celtics coach Doc Rivers is traded to the Clippers for the 2015 first-round pick of the Clippers.
Really? Do you know what pick that is, or which one it could
whatever pick they get in the first round.
be? Right, but do you know, is it going to be a good pick, or?
Probably be a lower round since the Clippers are pretty good.
Okay.
So that's what I would guess. But still, for a coach, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
A teen in Florida after the Game 7 win by the Heat was hit by a celebratory gunfire.
Wow.
Doctors say he will make a full recovery. What do you think about that?
You hear about people shooting guns off and stuff in the air when they're celebrating, but you never really think about where the bullets come down, because all those bullets are coming down somewhere.
Yeah, they don't just disappear.
Right, yeah, they don't just disappear into the sky or into the atmosphere. They're coming down, they're hitting people, and I know in the past it has happened where people have died from gunfire just falling to the ground from celebratory things like that. So hopefully he recovers.
Yeah. Here's another story if you're for tennis fans. 135th ranked Steve Darcis upset Nadal in the opener at Wimbledon.
Wow.
Nadal considered one of the greatest tennis players of all time. So that's pretty interesting.
It was big because he just won, was that the French Open, I believe?
I think so,
A
yeah.
couple weeks ago.
Former Pro Bowl, now Hall of Famer Jim Kelly recovers from cancer after 2 weeks of surgery. He doesn't need radiation or anything. So that's pretty incredible.
So it must have just been like a cancerous tumor or something they removed, or?
Let me check here.
All right, well, that's good that he's recovering.
Yes, it is. Colin Kaepernick threw 87 at a Giants game the other day.
Did he tell someone, like,
87 pitches, or?
87 miles per hour. I don't think they give him time to throw 87 pitches.
Do they normally have the gun on a pitcher or on the person who's throwing out the first pitch?
I think they do.
Well,
I mean,
he was drafted by the Cubs.
Yes.
Kaepernick.
No,
that's right.
Okay, well, we're talking about, you said he threw out the first pitch.
So they probably were like, okay, we're going to see how.
I wonder if he said, hey, I'm going to throw it as hard as I can.
Probably.
I think the radar gun is always on.
Is it?
Yeah.
But when, just throwing
even
a
when guys
there,
are warming up.
like Stephen A. Smith throws it, he's not going to throw it more than
Now
30.
I'm kind of wondering to see what other celebrities, he's obviously a pro athlete, but when celebrities go out there and throw, I wonder what they're hitting.
Yeah, when Vince Vaughn's
like
throwing
35.
yeah, that's my guess, around there.
I top out about 39.
39. It's pretty solid.
I was thinking, I did some research on other athletes that played other sports, and it looks like, Kaepernick for baseball, LeBron James, all-state football player in high school.
Yep.
Could have easily, Browns fans have been saying for years, please, we need a receiver. Michael Phelps is a ridiculous golfer.
Really?
Yeah, and you said Tony Romo.
Yeah, Tony Romo. He's gone out for many of the U.S. Open trials. I don't know if he's ever actually made it, but he's won a bunch of Pro-Am tournaments. And Tiger Woods was quoted as saying, Tony Romo is a hell of a golfer.
Tim Duncan was a swimmer. So, big body. Probably it's
Yeah.
perfect swimmer body.
I bet a lot of NBA players could be good swimmers because they're so huge.
Probably.
Right.
Donovan McNabb, Julius Peppers, Tony Gonzalez all played college basketball. So that's pretty interesting. Niger Morgan was a hockey player. Could have
Yeah.
gone pro.
Yeah, I heard about that. He's from Canada, or
Yeah.
Okay.
Could have been a
Makes
a
sense.
hockey player.
Yeah, I know Justin Morneau. I believe he was like Mr. Wherever his high school or whatever province.
Oh,
'Cause
province.
I think he's from Canada, and he was like the best basketball player, the best hockey player, the best baseball player. So yeah, that's another
And
one.
region star Jeff Samardzija could have been played in the NFL. In my opinion, though, he would have been like a special teams guy.
You think so?
You really
Yeah.
think so?
I think he totally could have been a wide receiver.
I thought he was
don't
going
know.
to be a better football player than a baseball player.
I think
He's got the size, the speed.
Yeah.
I mean, he played at Notre Dame. He played real well. He had all the records until Michael Floyd.
He still throws around the football at like before he
Yeah,
warms
warm-ups
up.
and stuff.
really.
Yeah.
You said you know Samardzija, someone related to Samardzija?
Yeah, I was friends with his cousin.
Yeah. So that's your
You can get an autograph.
that's your
one day.
headlines.
No, I don't think so.
Brought to you by Safe Auto. Your neighbor accidentally drives his car into your living room. Luckily, your neighbor has minimum liability insurance from Safe Auto, which means for not a lot of money, he can protect himself from his own mistakes. So call Safe Auto right now for some protection of your own. 1-800-SAFE-AUTO.
All right, thanks, Sam. Let's talk some Cubs Sox real quick. The Sox won 2 of 3 games this weekend to the Royals. Obviously, that's not what I want to happen. I want them to lose 3 of 3 this weekend to the Royals, but what are you going to do? Adam Dunn continues to crush home runs. He now has 20 home runs, 48 RBIs. Both lead the team. He's on pace for 44 home runs, 106 RBIs, and he is slated to bat under his weight. He's hitting a $193 right now.
Oh, he's up. He was what, 180?
Oh yeah, he had a great weekend.
Yeah.
Raised it to a $193.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking All-Star game. I don't know.
I'm
I
not
do-
gonna go that far with
I
it.
actually do think home run derby is a possibility because
Oh,
I think they changed it where you don't have to be in the All-Star game.
I remember one year Sammy Sosa was in the home run derby
Yeah,
in
and then
Milwaukee, and he didn't make the All-Star team.
they changed it at some point where they had countries represented,
Right.
which was awful. But yeah, I think he could actually make it to the home run derby without being an All-Star, which is all he should ever do is do home run derbies.
Oh yeah.
The Chris Sale and Zach Wheeler will face off Tuesday. The Sox do not play today. Zach Wheeler just got called up. He had a great first start, so that should be a good start or a good game to watch some young pitching in the league. So the Cubs, they also won 2 of 3 this weekend, but they did it from the Lastros. Ryan Sweeney drove in 6 runs, 6 RBIs. He's now hitting .309 on the team.
And he doesn't even start half the time. I mean, there's so many outfielders on this team. They got Soriano, Shearholtz, you got Sweeney, you got DeJesus.
I think they're just kind of throwing players at the wall to see who sticks.
Yeah, and Ryan Sweeney's been great all year. I mean, he's been, 3-0,
309.
309.
Yeah.
I mean,
Former Sox farmhand.
really.
Yeah, he was with the Sox for a while. Then I know he played in Oakland. I know he played in Boston briefly. I think he got traded away in the Nick Swisher deal, actually. I think they traded Sweeney, Gio Gonzalez, and someone else to Oakland for Nick
Okay.
Swisher, who obviously had an awful career with the Sox. Let's not even go there.
Yeah. Anthony Rizzo, 3 for 3, home run, 4 RBIs. Starlin Castro continues to struggle. 0 for 4 yesterday. He's been .228. And 2 more errors for Castro.
15?
He is now leading the majors with 14 errors.
14 errors at short. Alexi Ramirez, not far behind. Yesterday he committed his 12th error.
What is going on?
I don't know. I mean, Castro, you kind of expect it because he's never been good on defense.
Right.
But Alexi Ramirez,
I thought he stepped up his game on defense last year, but now it's just,
who knows?
I don't know what's going on.
Starlin shortstop of the future?
No.
Oh.
No, I think it's got to be Javier Baez, and
Yeah, and then what are you going to do with Castro? Has to have a great year for them to trade, though.
they'll either move Castro to outfield or second or third if they think he has the arm for it, or just get rid of him somehow.
He doesn't have the defense for
It might
third.
be weird to say, but it doesn't seem like he cares.
He does not.
He just plays the game so like he doesn't.
Lackadaisical?
He doesn't care about anything. Yeah.
He's out there looking at flowers and looking at the sky.
Tyler Flowers?
Is there a plethora of flowers out there?
There might be.
There's a Tyler Flowers.
But you got those seagulls that come in at 4 o'clock in the afternoon every game.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
sure he's throwing them seeds or something.
Feeding the birds, not even looking. The Sox now have the 6th worst record in baseball. The Cubs have the 4th worst, which means the Sox are now 7 games behind Miami for the number 1 spot, and the Cubs are 6.5 back. So it's a race. I think they could do it. I'm real optimistic about these guys. I think they got a chance. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk some Hawks preview real briefly. You are listening to the Sports Jam on WJOB AM 1230.
This is Doug Johnson on guitar. He's come to believe everything should be easy. That's because earlier this week, Doug discovered something that changed his life. The Toro Personal Pace Walk Power More that effortlessly moved with him, automatically adjusting to his walking speed. With no lessons required. Toro, count on it.
This and all Toro products are available at Gus Bach Ace Hardware in their 3 locations, Lansing, Dyer, and Munster, serving the region since 1896.
Hartsfield Village, a continuing care retirement community located in Munster, offers a wealth of services and amenities to the residents to allow them to truly experience what we mean when we say living well, living wise. Hartsfield Village offers an outstanding retirement value in Northwest Indiana and Chicago Southland. Living at Hartsfield Village assures comfort and security with a lifestyle that can promote greater independence while preserving one's financial assets. The Hartsfield Village Wellness Program promotes staying actively involved mentally, physically, and socially with others with scheduled recreational and social activities. Sponsored by Community Hospital, Hartsfield Village provides its independent residents with priority access to assisted living, memory support, and nursing care if ever needed. Arrange a private tour by calling 219-934-0750.
Stop by Luby's for an amazing breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Located in the Menards Plaza in Hammond, Luby's Pancake House is the perfect spot for the whole family. Luby's Pancake House is open from 6 a.m. till 9 p.m. daily and is now offering steaks, chops, ribs, chicken, and fish. Delicious cream pies will have you coming back for more. Seniors receive a 25% discount from 2 to 5 in the afternoon. Go to Luby's at the corner of 165th and Columbia in Hammond and tell them Jed sent you.
Welcome back to the Sports Jam. Let's talk some Hawks. How about it? Taze and Hossa both expected to play tonight, despite Hossa missing practice again. But that's happened 3 straight games, I think.
Yeah, he's playing.
I think at this point we know if he misses practice, that means he's good to go.
Yeah.
And Q said that Taze is 100% going to play tonight.
Yeah, 100% ready to go. Claude Julien of the Boston Bruins head coach says Patrice Bergeron will dress for warm-up tonight, and I'm feeling confident that he'll play. So I expect Bergeron to be on the ice.
Yeah, he must have bought a new spleen or something.
Must have. He did
He
not
was
look
hospitalized
good.
last game.
Went straight to the hospital after he got injured. So
Man,
there wasn't really any word on exactly what it was during the.
Yeah, I think they said a lower spleen injury.
Yeah.
They didn't want to get too specific though.
All right. Yeah.
All right, so I want to see tonight if the Hawks can continue to exploit Chara. In the post games, they've really been kind of coming at him with their comments. They've been saying, "Oh, we found their weak spot. We need to go after Chara. He's not as intimidating as we thought he'd be." Blah blah blah. They said that actually 2 games ago, And I remember some professional analysts saying, "Oh, you shouldn't say that. He's going to come fired up, blah, blah, blah." And they still dominated. He did get a goal the last game.
He did.
But they still were able to exploit him like they have been all series.
Right. I mean, they knock him around. The big tree goes down every once in a while, right? So,
Right, yeah. When he falls that ice, I'm surprised he doesn't crash through right to the pond beneath.
He probably feels an earthquake when he goes down, I'm sure.
Yeah, and on tonight's soft ice, because it's so hot in Boston right now,
he might fall through.
He may fall through.
He might go
Make
through.
sure you guys check that out. Sam, you got something to watch now if you don't like hockey. Watch
Yeah.
the big man fall
I'll
through
look
the
for
ice.
Is Charles still quick on the ice? I've just from a person that doesn't watch hockey. I mean, he's so huge. Is he still quick?
He's pretty quick,
He can
really.
move around. Yeah, for a big guy, I'm
Really?
surprised he can move that well.
It takes him 7 strides to get from one end of the
Yeah.
ice to the other, so. Yeah, I mean,
Fun
you don't
fact.
have to be fast when you're taking 8-foot strides at
Right,
once.
yeah.
So, Letty, he's going to get more ice time, you think?
I don't think so. I
No?
think the other guys, like I said, Roosevelt, Oduya, they're playing great all series. I think they keep it up, and Letty continues to be on the bench.
Let's assume the reason is the matchups that Quenneville said before last game. He said, "Oh, it's just the matchups. That's why Letty was only out there for 2 minutes and 34 seconds or
Right.
whatever it was." If you're Boston and the Hawks have now won 2 in a row, don't you think maybe that's not working? Maybe
Oh, yeah.
keeping Letty down to 2 minutes or 6 minutes is maybe the wrong thing to do, because clearly the Hawks are doing better with Letty getting less ice time, which kind of doesn't make sense to me, but it's probably just other factors.
Well, if you're Boston, how are you going to get Letty onto the ice? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, what? Yeah, because apparently they changed something where the matchups were different, and Letty's barely
Okay.
getting ice time, and the Hawks are doing better for it. So maybe I'm saying Boston goes back to what they did before. Letty gets more ice time. I don't know.
See, I don't think the matchups.
So you think Quenneville was kind of just
I think he's
saying
just saying that, yeah. And I think, I honestly think the other guys are playing so much better that, yeah, Letty's the younger guy, doesn't have the experience, but I mean, who knows?
Yeah, it's hard to not want to see Letty out there because of his offensive capabilities and his
Right.
speed. But I mean, it's working. So if the Hawks win without Letty, that's fine. I'll take it. I'll take
yeah.
a cup.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so let's see if the Hawks continue to use their speed and not strength. You know, once they got rid of Bolig, they stopped playing the physicality game, and they went just, let's run circles
Yeah.
around these guys,
Yep.
and it's working out. So
Even Stahlberg hasn't been much of a factor all series. I did hear his name the other day, though.
Oh, yeah, I saw him a few times dumping and chasing and
Yeah.
getting around guys, and I mean, I think he's definitely been more effective than Bolig, but again, it's the last guy on the ice. We're
Yeah,
not really
exactly.
We're not really looking for big headway made by either guy. So each of the first 3 games, Boston outshot blocked the Hawks. The last 2 games, the Hawks have outblocked Boston 30-25. So hopefully they keep that up and they keep blocking shots. Don't let anything get through to Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
He only had to make 25 saves last game, or 24 saves. So let's keep that under 30 again, and they should be
Right,
good.
and again, with Oduya out there, other than Letty, I think Oduya does a great job with that, and so does Keith.
So let's assume the Hawks win tonight.
Yes.
I'm going with a 2-1 victory. That's my prediction. Bickle and Sharp get the goal. So if they win, not only will I nail my prediction that the Hawks win in 6, but I'm thinking Crawford may be the Conn Smythe winner right now.
He might be, but Patrick Kane.
Kane and Sharp both have a chance.
Sharp hasn't done much this series.
No,
I mean,
this series,
not
no.
compared to Kane, but Kane's up there with Crawford. Yeah, it's a good choice.
Yeah, my feeling is that Kane's goals have come in bunches. I mean, he had the hat trick, and then he had 2 last night, whereas I think Crawford's been more even keel, and he's been on a more consistent playing
Right.
the whole playoffs. But
Yeah, where Kane's getting his 3 goals here, 2 goals here in each game. So
yeah, so we'll see what happens, but hopefully they win tonight. You think Boston's going to win, though,
I
right?
think I'm sticking with my game 7. I think Boston takes it. They were down 3-2 in 2011, and they won Game 6 in Boston over Vancouver. And I just feel Boston, they've got a veteran team over there, and they're going to know what it takes to win this game tonight. And I think Boston takes it, Game 7, back to Chicago Wednesday night.
I hope you're wrong.
I hope I am too.
Hopefully we can go to the parade Wednesday, or at least I will. I don't know.
We'll see.
So the game will be at 7 o'clock tonight on NBC. Make sure you check that out. Make sure you check out All of our shows, we put them up on youtube.com/jed.tv. That's 2 Ds and 2 Ts. Check out all. This is our 7th show today. The date is June 25th or June 24th. Excuse me. So check all those out. That's going to do it for us today on the Sports Jam. I'm Joe. That is Mike in front of me. Sam Tapita in the corner over there where we keep him. That's going to do it for us on WJOB AM 1230 in Hammond, Indiana.
Flashbacks are next till 4 o'clock. The afternoon fix with Ron Harlow coming up.